BJ from Game Gumbo. I've got my guest here, Steve Finn from Dr. Finn's Games. We're talking some of the spicy odd games. The last one I want to talk about is one I haven't played, but boy, I had my eye on it. And me and Johnny Pack went back and forth talking on social media about it. It's Paris, if I remember right, designed by Michael Kiesling and
Kramer.
Yeah. So another Kramer and Kiesling match up together. They, you know, there's a ton of games out there that they play. Right. In fact, some of my favorite games are from that design crew. So you've played Paris? Tell us about it.
I played it online. So my impressions of this have to be taken with that in context. The idea, I love this idea of this game. And for the first hour and a half, I enjoyed it. After an hour and a half, though, I got to the point where it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I just started making decisions simply to get it done. Now, in my opinion, there's some thinky games, like where there's just so many things that you could do. It's not like the basic game has a ton of different things that you can do. It's fairly simple. You just place a key in one of the regions and it's good. But then this outside wheel, they have all these cards on it, and each one is a different action. And the way the mechanic works is you can move your guy when you get to take that action. You can move your guy to any one of those spaces on the wheel, which is neat, but you can't go backwards. So once you pass something, you're past it. So this is one really interesting thing about the game, but it's also one thing that just drives me nuts, because if you are playing with anybody subject to analysis paralysis, they have to look at every single one of those cards. And you could just be sitting there thinking about, how far ahead do I want to go? What does each card do? And there's that, but also the game lasts. And I don't think it's just because it was on long. It's just one of these things where I feel like for the interestingness of this game, I think it lasts too long.
It overstayed its welcome.
It just overstayed a welcome. But if it ended, if it was just shorter, this would be an amazing game. It's a really neat area. It's got area control. It's gonna get this. I think the wheel. If they took out the wheel on the outside, it might be a less interesting game. But it would then be a strictly area control kind of game in the middle. And there's a couple neat mechanisms in it.
Could it be partly due to the fact that online, we've noticed that some of our online games are a little longer. And in fact, Thomas Grieve wants to know, do you prefer Tabletopia or Tabletop Simulator from that regard?
Yeah, it's funny. It's strange. I think Tabletop Simulator, in my opinion, just usually functions better. It doesn't seem to freeze as much.
Right.
But I actually think that if Tabletopia, if their program or whatever it is ran smoother, I actually think it's more intuitive. It also doesn't have as much functionality, but I feel like it's just more intuitive and it's easier.